This is WVTM 13. Breaking news is happening right now.
And it is 2:01 on a Sunday morning, September 22nd. I'm Jarvis Robertson here with Gladys Bautista. We continue to follow that breaking news, a mass shooting in Southside, 5 Points South.
And what we know so far is that 4 people are dead, 4 people are critically injured, and dozens of others also injured when police say multiple shooters opened fire on a crowd standing outside. It all happened on Magnolia Avenue.
Yeah, now police say that there are several victims in this situation. As we know, dozens are injured. Some have life-threatening injuries, some have various injuries. We do want to get out to WVTM 13's Zoe Blair. She is on the ground for us right now following the latest. Zoe, tell us what you are seeing around you now.
Yeah, Jarvis, Gladys, you can see here behind me, Birmingham police are still investigating this mass shooting. It happened just after 11 o'clock last night. I'm told that it happened back that way on the other side of the fountain. Somebody opened fire on the sidewalk. Birmingham police told us that dozens of people got gunshot injuries from this. 8 people were taken to the hospital, 4 people are dead. There are still tons of people out here looking for their family members and some of them are just trying to get back to their cars to get home. Many of them are still looking for answers on what happened. Birmingham police say that they do not have anyone in custody right now, but they're still working to find out what happened. Back to you guys.
All right, Zoe, thank you so much. And from what you can see from that scene, it looks like there is police tape all over the place. Police have said that dozens of the victims are at various hospitals. So right now, it just seems like this is a really fluid situation.
A very fluid situation. And keep in mind, this happened on a Saturday night when there are a lot of people out in 5 Points South. As you can see from that crime scene tape that we just saw around Zoe, police, they're going to be there for some time. Again, they say that a group of people started firing at people who were standing out in the open.
And something interesting that police said, they said that they could not say how many shots were fired, but they do believe that Glock switches were used. And we know that that has been a major issue for the Birmingham Police Department, for federal partners as well, dealing with the regulation of these Glock switches. We also heard from police chiefs last week, even saying that they're working right now at the state level to make those Glock switches they believe were used in tonight's shooting illegal at the state level, because right now they're only illegal at the federal level.
And for some time, that Birmingham city leaders, they have been working to get these Glock switches off the street. Birmingham Mayor Randall Whiffen, he has been very vocal, even not too long ago, within the last couple of months, posting on social media saying that we are coming after the people who use Glock switches. Now, keep in mind, once he made that post, there were some people who decided to think it was a joke. They posted Glock switches, posted them shooting Glock switches. And guess what? He posted that. Police, federal partners, they went after those people. We did have a chance to hear from some people who were on the ground out there that night that walked up shortly after the incident happened. Take a listen.
Very scary. Very. Like when I walked up when it was like just ended, because everybody was screaming, there was people crying. Police officers, they was trying to get information from different people. So they just was trying to do their job and I guess get the aid and information that they need.
And you said you saw some people carried out on stretchers?
Yes, ma'am. It was literally probably about 6 to 7 people, males and females, that was coming out on stretchers, and it was ambulance coming back to back. So it was definitely a bad crime scene. For the 5 Points area. You don't see stuff like this, just you going out to have a good time and you walk up on something like this. So it's very rare that you see something like this very close to home, you know, so just kind of sad for, you know, the public and the family members and friends of the people that got wounded.
Yeah, and so does this make you rethink you wanting to go out down here or anything?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. A guy walked by and he said, this is the main reason why I stay at home, you know. And I know things can happen no matter where you go, but you just have to, you know, be mindful of your surroundings and, you know, use your best judgment. And like I said, I was going to come out earlier, but I didn't. I kind of lagged around, and it was a reason. So everything happened for a reason. You just have to know when it's time to go or it's time to go to another location, because this area here lately, the past couple weekends, it's been getting bad. It's been getting bad.
Wow, can't even imagine what that must have been like. So happy that that gentleman that she spoke to is okay, but we know that that's not the situation for so many other people. And he talked about people getting carried out on stretchers. On my way in here, I passed through that area. Police say that the area that I came down, which was University Boulevard, he said that this area right now, we had to establish a perimeter so that the medical vehicles, the ambulances could get out and have a pathway out of that. That is, you know, just to give you an idea of how populated this area was when all of this happened.
Yeah, we know that, again, a lot of people are out on the weekends in 5 Points South in
Yes.
Birmingham.
Yes.
Again, we do want to reiterate that this happened just after 11 o'clock last night. Birmingham police say that several shooters opened fire on a crowd of people. We know that unfortunately 4 people are dead. 4 people have life-threatening injuries, but dozens of people have various injuries. Multiple people have been taken to the hospital right now. Multiple first responders still being dispatched to that scene, trying to just get everything under control. Now, the motive for the shooting is still unclear at this moment, and that is the one thing that people will be looking for.
Right, and then when you think about this entire area that police now have to sift through to try to find their evidence, when they're talking about Glock switches, you're talking, you know, we don't even know the number of shots that were fired, especially when you're talking about a switch on a gun like that from multiple shooters. So police have a lot, they're gonna have a lot to deal with
And what's
today.
what's interesting about it with those Glock switches, once they install them on a typical handgun,
Right.
I mean, it can fire rapid succession for hundreds of bullets. So, I mean, Birmingham officials, after tonight, they're definitely going to be pushing even harder to get these off the streets.
Right, and we heard from police. They said that right now they want to find those shooters and they're going to hunt them down and make sure they are brought to justice.
And really quickly, I do want to reiterate what the gentleman said, that it's sad. I mean, just looking across Facebook right now, there are a lot of people posting, this is sad. Birmingham, we have to do better. So this is a community that is hurting by gun violence.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, and right now, we don't know how it's going to end.
And we don't even know how many people have been affected. We will continue to follow this developing story for you. We have crews on the ground there at that scene. We're going to be updating this throughout the night.